Next thing I want to talk about here are some rumors that have been flying around in MAGA world between Donald Trump and Laura Loomer. The rumors are they have been doing the horizontal tango. They have been playing hide the salami. They have been boning. That is the rumor. And it looks like there may be a little bit of truth to this. Now, I know Laura Loomer is not what you think of when you think of someone who is a beautiful woman. Because she's not. She is kind of crazy. And when I say kind of crazy, what I really mean is that she's an insane right-wing racist lunatic. That would fit right in with Donald Trump. So I've got an article here for you that we should read. Political Fair. People think Trump may be having an affair with Laura Loomer, and their evidence is pretty convincing and gross. This is actually worth reading, so I'm going to actually go through it, because the article explains it better than I could. So let's go ahead and just read through this. Almost without fail, I start my entries for you with an attempt at humor or some scholarly introduction or a premise of another angle on something you may have already seen somewhere else. I'm afraid I have no such gift for you with this one, dear reader, so we're going to just jump right in. Rumors are now swirling that Donald Trump is having an affair with longtime conservative activist Laura Loomer. I know that's a jarring sentence, but if you think about it, it actually makes a lot of sense. Number one, it's no secret that Donald loves women. Sure, he's a disgusting misogynist who insults and degrades them at every opportunity when he doesn't need them for something, but it feels awfully good when girls touch you, and Trump is no different in that regard than anyone else. And I would just like to comment on that. Yes, that makes perfect fucking sense. Donald Trump has been married 3 times? And he's got how many children now? He's got 5. He's got 5 children with 3 different women. He is very famous for his philandering like that. He's cheated on Melania at least twice that we know of, and we know it because he is actually convicted of committing crimes and trying to cover up that affair that he had with Stormy Daniels. Remember, the Stormy Daniels thing wasn't just about Stormy Daniels, it was also Karen McDougal. I mean, this is like a scandal that goes all the way back to the beginning of, even before Trump's presidency, when he had that Access Hollywood tape, the grab him by the pussy tape. I mean, I know it's been 8 years, but did you actually listen to what he said in that tape? Right? He said, yeah, I just moved on her. You know, she was married, but I tried to fuck her. These are his exact words. She was married, I tried to fuck her, and she didn't want to. And I moved on her like a bitch. And when you're famous, they let you do it. Grab them by the pussy. Right? I've heard that tape so many fucking times, it's like I have that shit memorized. It's disturbing. I need to purge those memories from my brain here. But that's Donald Trump in casual conversation. Casual conversation. Remember, this is a guy who's infamous for his philandering, who's cheated on every wife that he's ever had, and probably more with people that we have never heard from. Supposedly his doorman was paid, like his doorman, like at his building that he lived in New York, supposedly he was paid an abnormal amount of money for a doorman because Trump needed that guy to keep secrets about who he was bringing home. And the rumor is that with Laura Loomer, what's happening is that Laura Loomer has been spending a lot of time down in Mar-a-Lago while Melania is up in New York. Melania is living in New York now. She's not even living at Mar-a-Lago, apparently, because she wants to be close to her son, who is going to college up there. That's what's going on, and people are saying that Laura Loomer's spending the night, you know, essentially just living at Mar-a-Lago is very close to Donald Trump. Let's read a little bit more. Number 2, we also know that Trump is not shy about doing whatever he wants. Whether or not his other affairs started as rumors, it's well documented history that he's had them, and in the end been proud of himself. After all, he doesn't cheat on Ivana. He can't put actress on his list of conquests. Oh, he wouldn't have Tiffany, whatever her last name is now. If he doesn't cheat on Marla Maples, he can't tick naked supermodel off the bucket list. And he still has no kids that actually look like him. And if he doesn't cheat on Melania the first 2 times, he has no way to prove that every evangelical who voted for him is a hypocrite. Oh, I don't know. I think Eric Trump looks like him a lot. Eric Trump has the same fucking blank, know-nothing face with, like, the goofy, fucked up sphincter mouth and the hair that's definitely going to fall out by the time he's 35 or 40 or however fucking old he is. Moving on. It just makes sense. But number 3 is the one I might catch some flack for. I think that an affair right now, especially one with such a large age gap, I know 31-year-olds whose grandfathers aren't yet as old as Trump, makes sense from a psychological standpoint. I think he has dementia, and I think doing what would to others seem like the worst possible choice right now probably gives him relief to just go back to his old life. Imagine it, he doesn't have to pretend to know how to pronounce Nicaragua anymore. He can have all the KFC he wants with no cameras pointed at him. He could golf constantly, and all he has to do is muster the fortitude to give that fame-seeking shrew a few good weeks in the back of the plane. I don't know about that. I don't think Trump has dementia. I think he has the beginnings of what may turn into dementia in another 5, maybe even 4 years. I think if he were to be elected again, by the time he leaves office, he would be in the middle of dementia, kind of like Ronald Reagan, and they'd be hiding it. So, but right now, no. Right now, I don't think he's got dementia. I think he's on his way. And I think if he was fucking Laura Loomer, that he would just be doing it because he's Trump and he just does what he feels like. And he doesn't think about the future. He doesn't think about consequences. He doesn't actually give a fuck about anybody other than himself and his own immediate needs. And I'm pretty sure that even if Melania found out, she wouldn't do shit about it, because that would mean she loses all her money. And Donald Trump knows it. Donald Trump knows that he won't get divorced because Melania wants that money. Melania is hanging on, waiting for Donald Trump to die of a cheeseburger-induced fucking heart attack so that she can get what's owed to her. Right. Because she knows that if she divorces him for his fucking unfaithfulness, according to the prenup, she loses everything. So that's why you won't see a divorce scandal, at least until Donald Trump is out of office. Then, of course, you'll see a divorce. You know, maybe she might divorce him or something like that. I doubt it, though. I highly doubt Melania is going to divorce Donald Trump. I think that she's a gritty fucking gold-digging bitch, just like he is. And Donald Trump is definitely a gold digger. He just digs it off the back of his MAGA fucking fools that follow him by selling them NFT cards and fucking cheap high tops. So it makes perfect fucking sense to me that Donald Trump would fuck Laura Loomer because she's just hanging around. It's a woman 40 years younger than him. And somehow, you know, he just gets horny and then fuck it. He just does it because he's Donald Trump and he doesn't fucking care. That's what I really think is what's going on here, but let's read a little bit more. Incidentally, it's the plane, Trump Force One, that started the rumor. Well, okay, it's mostly Laura Loomer's rumor, brand name alert, after she told CNN that following the assassination attempt Trump went through in Butler, Pennsylvania earlier this year, she was the first person he wanted to see. If that's true, that's a pretty big tell. You would think that he would want to go see his wife first. Or his children first. Oh God, guys, I almost died. I love you so much. No. If he wanted to see his mistress first, that would make sense. He scored her upon a spot on the plane, forcing actual employees and assorted people in suits to fly commercial. He wanted me on the plane with him the day after he almost got assassinated. I was with him. I flew with him to the Republican National Convention, so it would show that I'm a trustworthy person. I have his back. Loomer told the cable news network, oh, this tweet doesn't help. This is a tweet by Laura Loomer. Yeah, you see the way she's looking at him? I mean, obviously this isn't actual definitive proof, of course, that they are getting it on, doing the naked tango or whatever. But she definitely wants to fuck him. You know what it is? She's looking at Trump the same way that Monica Lewinsky looked at Bill Clinton. Just the total admiration, like she's staring at him, trying to make eye contact with him, hoping that he'll give her a smile and give her some attention. She's got her arm around him, Her fucking boob is pushed up against his belly flab. Yeah, in fact, they even mentioned that in the article. As you can see, she is resting herself quite cozily against his torso. The only way that could look more like a picture of two people having an affair is if she had her hand flat on his chest as well. Loomer has been angling for Trump's attention for a good long time. I don't know if we should really read the rest of this. It talks about Laura Loomer being crazy and how she chained herself to the fucking door of Twitter and blah, 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 blah. But anyway, so yeah, you can kind of see it's pretty fucking gnarly. I'll put this down in the description for you guys. You should read the rest of that because it goes on for a little bit longer, but it sounds pretty fucking convincing to me. Now, I wanted to get some of the reactions from this. Here's a guy named Gary Peterson on Twitter. It's been a long night painting Laura Loomer into my award-winning President Trump artwork, but it's worth it knowing she'll be a powerful new first lady. That actually is Laura Loomer's face right there, by the way. This is photoshopped, of course, onto Melania's body, but this face here is actually Laura Loomer's face. They have not photoshopped her face to make her look like a Bozo the Clown or something. That's actually her face. She seems to have an addiction to plastic surgery. So this is actually Laura Loomer's face right here. This is before the plastic surgery. This is after the plastic surgery. So yeah, she's got a bit of a problem. She's got, I don't know if it's body dysmorphia or if she just needs to feel young. I mean, she wasn't really that unattractive before the plastic surgery. She's definitely fucked her face up now. And please remember that Laura Loomer is 31, so she's not even old. 31 is not old. That's like incredibly young. She's like in the peak of like the time when young people get to be young, right? Like right now. So by 31, she felt the need to inject all of this shit into her face. I don't know what it is with super hard right conservative women, but it really is something that they seem to do. Like, I guess they just have the pressure that means that they need to just look a certain way, or else they feel like they're not going to be, I don't know, acknowledged by the right wing. I don't really know what it is. Somebody should do a psychological study on that. Here's a video by Bill Maher commenting on this. Let's see what he has to say.
Here's my question, because Laura Loomer said, Taylor Swift, she believes, is in an arranged relationship with Travis Kelce to influence the 2024 election. I think maybe Laura Loomer's in an arranged relationship to affect the election because she's very close to Trump. She's 31, looks like his type. We did an editorial here a few years ago. You're remembering it already. It was basically, who's Trump fucking? Because I said, you know, it's not nobody. He's been a dog for too long, and it's not Melania. I think we may have our answer this week. I think it might be Laura Loomer. I'm just saying.
I mean, I don't know. We don't have the proof, but kind of seems like it. Let's go ahead and look at a couple more reactions here. This is I thought this one was funny. CNN presents the next Mrs. Trump. And you have all of these insane, far right crazy people, Lauren Boebert and Marjorie Taylor Greene and Alina Habba. There are, of course, rumors that Trump was banging Habba as well. Of course, I don't know, who knows if that panned out. And then, of course, you have Lindsey Graham over here. There were rumors, though, yeah. Alina Habba, there were rumors that she and Trump were getting it on too, but doesn't look like anything came out of that. Here's another little one that I'd like to show you guys. 4 Seasons Total Landscaping. Before we all jump into believing that Trump is cheating on Melania with Laura Loomer, we have to remain calm and consider that Trump is the sort of guy who would cheat on all of his wives, at golf and business, on charities, on his taxes, on the country. Another photo of them together. Do you just kind of hold somebody like this that you're not at least kind of close to in this manner? Like, if you go to work and you work with somebody who's of the opposite sex, do you pose like this with them for photos? I don't think so. I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't. Trump's a fucking playboy billionaire. At least he used to be. So maybe that's just the evidence is a little bit more than circumstantial. Now, apparently, since these rumors have started flying around, the Trump people are starting to panic about this. The last thing they want right before an election is for proof to come out that Donald Trump is cheating on his wife. And so we are starting to see tweets like this. This is from someone named Milo, confirmed Laura Loomer, banned from the president's plane, won't be allowed physical access to him again. Physical access is being stressed, perhaps in related to Laura's repeated reference to her intimate relationship with Donald Trump. Laura's demented lies may cost Trump this election. So, yeah, is that true? I mean, are they really keeping her away from him? Did they break up? Did they decide to just try to keep it on the down low? You know, maybe she might still show up at Mar-a-Lago when nobody's looking, but she's not allowed to be on the plane with him. She can't give him any, like, plane head or whatever. Right? I guess at least there are some reactions in the Trump camp. But if that's true, I don't know if that tweet is true, if there's any truth to that tweet whatsoever. It's just the thing I saw on Twitter, and it may turn out to be bullshit. But something tells me it's not bullshit. Something tells me there may be something going on here. Really, it fits with Donald Trump's character. That's what makes it believable, right? Like, if you were to say that, oh, Joe Biden is cheating on his wife with blah, 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 with fucking, I don't know, name some left-wing influencer, you know, Anna Kasparian or something. Like, if you were to say that, it wouldn't really make any sense. You wouldn't believe it. It doesn't sound plausible. It doesn't sound believable. It's not in Joe Biden's character to do that. He doesn't have a history of cheating on his wife or his spouses or anything like that. He doesn't have that kind of... Donald Trump does. Donald Trump has notorious for being a philanderer, for cheating on every woman that he's been married to. He doesn't care. He's notorious for just not giving a shit about people in general and making very bad decisions. Why do you think he's spending like his entire fucking life in a courtroom? I mean, he got basically busted sexually assaulting E. Jean Carroll. And not only that, now he has to pay her $91 million because he keeps defaming her over it. Even though apparently he hasn't actually paid any of that money yet. And chances are he probably never will, but still, doesn't change the fact that he lost the court case. So it's like, we don't have to say allegedly when it comes to that case. We can say he fucking did it, right? He sexually assaulted her. He did it. And if he doesn't like that, he can pay her even more fucking money. Like, so it's like, we know that happened. We have evidence of him cheating on his wife. You know, he got convicted and was supposed to get sentenced to go to fucking jail on Monday over the Stormy Daniels thing. Of course, they fucking delayed that because he's Donald Trump. He gets to get away with fucking everything. You guys understand that Donald Trump is not going to jail, by the way. You guys understand that, right? It's too late. He's not going to jail. Now, if he wins the election, he will never go to jail. If he loses, there's a slight possibility that he might actually see some jail time. So get out there and vote. Do you want Donald Trump to go to prison? Then vote to put his ass in prison. But getting back to the final point here, it's 100% believable that he would do this. Like, that's what really kind of gets me. It's like, you can't just dismiss this rumor out of hand because he's done it so many times before, and it's perfectly fucking believable. It's not only perfectly fucking believable, it would just make sense that, yeah, okay, he's banging this chick now. I mean, there's been rumors all throughout the Trump presidency that he was getting on with Hope Hicks, and then then his lawyer, and then all these other people. Right, so this isn't even the first time that there's been rumors that Trump is like cheating on his wife. I don't know. I hope it all comes to a head. I hope Laura Loomer gets pregnant or something. That's another rumor, which admittedly, there's not any proof for either. These are just rumors. But another rumor is that apparently, and I find this is fucking hilarious, apparently Laura Loomer is attempting really hard. Like, she really, really, really wants to have Trump's love child. Because remember, Laura Loomer is a traditional conservative who always talks about how it's great to, women should stay home and have families and shit like that. But she's 31, doesn't have a boyfriend, and has never been married and has no children. It would just be icing on the cake. It would be the cherry on top of a hypocritical bullshit ice cream sundae for her to get pregnant with Donald Trump's love child. That would be the funniest shit ever. Please don't vote for these fucking assholes. Please do not vote for Donald Trump. Okay, who needs this shit in the White House? I guess that's all I gotta say. Anyway, thank you so much, folks. Everybody stay cool, stay safe, and I will talk to you all later. Adios.
Hello folks, if you like what I do and you want to support the channel, please consider buying something from my Etsy shop, supporting me on Patreon, liking and subscribing, and checking me out across my social media links listed below. Thank you all so much, and see you next time.